Today we're having the 21st annual Youth Trout Derby. We're here at Sawmill Park in Radnor Township. It's an event for youth, anywhere from ages from 4 to 14, 15 years old are welcome to come down and participate in the fishing event.
It's basically a fishing tournament for kids. Well, it's not really a tournament. We call it a derby. We'll hand out trophies for the 10 biggest fish. We buy big fish for this tournament, fish over 20 inches. But Chester Valley Sportsman also provides the regular fish, regular trout, between 12 to 15, 16 inches that we get from the Fish Commission, and we raise for a year, and we stock it we put about 700 to 900 of our fish in as well.
It's something different. I think we have a passion here with Chester Valley to try and get the youth involved in the outdoors as much as possible. This is our 21st year here, and we just try and make it a day for families to get out and do something together in the outdoors, away from the TV, away from your phone. It's a beautiful park here that Radnor Township allows us to use without the work of Radnor, without the various police associations that are also involved with the tournament here. This wouldn't happen. So it's really a collaborative effort between Chester Valley Sportsmen's Association as well as Radnor Township and Tredyffrin Township.
I'm an avid fisher here. I'm actually here fishing with my nephews. We're trying to get them into fishing, hunting, everything outdoors. So we're just getting them out here, teaching them how to fish, having fun with them, trying to get them into the hobby. And it seems like they're all enjoying it. They're learning how to cast, learning how to try to get a hook off a rock if you ever get a snag, and how it's not really that big of a deal. Teaching them how to put split shots on, how to put the hooks on, how to bait properly, when you need to switch bait, just all the little things about the fishing, about how it's not a big deal to lose a fish, and because sometimes they get worked up if something goes wrong. So you're just trying to tell them, look, you're out here to have fun. So we're just teaching them the way of fishing.
I'm here because I like fishing. I got up at like 6:30, and I'm here and fishing, and I'm hoping to win. And I'm hoping to teach us on, if I have sons, to my sons, and maybe my daughter, just something like that.
Years ago, a couple of police officers in Tredyffrin Township and Radnor Township were members of our club, and they kind of started it 21 years ago. Every year we have about 3 sessions, and we get about 150 kids to sign up. So take that 150 kids over a 20-year period and gauge the numbers from that. It's outrageous how many kids we can get involved with something like this, and they just love it.
All right. Two of the biggest.
Who wants to kiss the fish first?
Me.
My dad was just cleaning up, and he gave me the rod, and I didn't know it was still in the water, and then like the big one just got on, and then I had to reel it in, and then someone netted it. But the first one, he just got, and then it took a while to get it into the net.
I'd say the range of big fish range from over 20 inches to 26, 27 inches. It depends on what comes from the fish we purchase. We kind of tell them we need, 60 big fish over 20 inches, so it's up to them what they give us. There's kind of sometimes a range at the price of fish between 20 and 22, and then a little higher price for 22 to 24, and we try and gauge it from there as far as how many big fish we buy.
The biggest trout caught today, I believe, is somewhere around 24 inches, and we have various types. There's rainbow trout, there's brown trout, there's brook trout. We put roughly about 60 trophy trout, if you want to call them, in the creek here. And then at the end, we fish from 8 a.m. to 11. And at the end of that session, we do trophies for the 10 largest fish based on length and so on.
This is 2 of my 4 children. Tomorrow I'll be here with the other 2 because they all love fishing, all of them. Like this one here was up at 5:30, so at 2 years old, that's a lot, They did good. They love it. I mean, they couldn't wait for today. The time they put in for these kids to have fun is pretty awesome. It's not just put the fish in the water, just to organize all this. They have to set the stream up, clean it up, and then break down on Sunday. It's a lot. I mean, it's pretty cool. These kids every year look forward to it.
I like the fish because I like to watch how people fish, and I get inspired by it too.
and I like to bring my friends out, and I tell them about fishing.
I'm 37 years old, and I grew up, as I mentioned, in Radnor Township, and I grew up fishing this creek. Wasn't so much this specific event. I would say at that time it was still Chester Valley Sportsman's Association, but we had a youth and adult derby here as well, which over time just morphed into, hey, let's just do this for the kids, try and get as many kids signed up as possible. This is our 21st that we have on the back of our t-shirts, but I would bet that this has been around for close to 25 years.
We also have another tournament on the Pickering Creek in Phoenixville. We have it for kids 6 to 10. It's a section of creek on private property, so it's a limited space here. Here we have big space. We could do it for a lot of kids, but we also have tournaments for mentally challenged kids and handicapped kids on the Pickering Creek. We raise some money in order to get the big fish for all this, but it's something we just do out of our club. We don't make any money on it. We just try to cover our expenses on it through membership, through donations from local sponsors. That's really what we make the money for, is to buy the big fish. We don't make money off it. We just put it right back into the stream.
We have a hatchery in Tredyffrin Township where we raise our own trout. We raise 7,000 trout every year, rainbows and brookies. A lot of what you see in here today came from our hatchery, and then some of the other trophy fish that we put in for the kids came from a separate hatchery, which is out of New Jersey.
We're a co-op nursery with the Pennsylvania Fish Commission, so the fish we get, about half go to our kids' tournaments, but the other half we stock in the creeks for the public to fish for as well.
I probably started fishing when I was 5 with my grandfather in New Jersey, and then we recently started fishing, my dad and I, here, like maybe a year and a half ago, so that's when I really started. I see a bunch of girls like around my age, probably younger, who start fishing, and I think it's really a great thing because fishing is fun and it's for everyone. There's a lot of pride in catching a fish, and it's nice to see your dad like proud of you for an accomplishment.
It's like no other. I mean, just to see their eyes light up and the smile on their face and everything that goes into all the hard work, and you kind of, when you see the kid catch that fish, it's like, all right, there it is. That's why we spend the nights growing the fish. We spend a lot of money, time raising the fish, putting the fish in. This is a big group effort with everybody here, all of Chester Valley Sportsman's Association. We're roughly 50 members, and there's a lot of teamwork that goes in this, and a lot of we take a lot of pride in it. And when you see that enjoyment of a kid catching their first fish or their 100th fish, it just seems like that's why we do what we do.
Nana! I got a fish! I got a fish, a wheel!
It's just fun. It's fun seeing these kids walk up with big fish. They know there's a trophy involved somewhere along the way if they have a big fish, but getting kids involved in fishing in the outdoors is our biggest directive. As a club, we're trying to get as many people involved in fishing as we can, and a tournament like this or derby like this, gets them out there. If we keep them fishing for the rest of our life, then we did our job.